All right. Hey, I wanted to give the folks an update from last night after our discussion with Maria, which, by the way, was awesome. And you can read the comments posted about the presentation here. I think it was definitely worth everyone's time. And, I get life happen, but I'm just bummed a couple of you guys missed it. So, you know, such is life. But what happened after our discussion, which lasted for 2 hours, by the way, I realized afterwards, with Maria, was we had a discussion about the Learn Together. So let me just pop in here and show you. So last night, my intention had been to have, in addition to Maria, is to take the emoji search from last week and add at least two things from section 8 into it. And then your newly updated will be what you turn in for a night. So nobody did this part, and we had a really good discussion last night about actually hearing Maria and realizing how far we have come in our understanding of React. And it's like, because my goal is not to have us have to consume so much each week, but to really understand the parts that we are consuming. That's always a balance between those things. And Eric and Hugo and I had a great talk about this last night. So here's what we agreed to. So what we want for week 10, two things. We're not going to have, I'm just telling you this because I'm not going to change the schedule, but I'm just going to tell you here that week 10 lectures are actually going to be moved to the following week. So section 11 will be then the week after. And then so next in the coming week, because today is Thursday and we don't meet until Wednesday, I want to tell you that what I want you to do is similar to what I had planned for week 9 Learn Together, but I'm going to be more specific. And this is really one of the things that also came out in our discussion. So what I want you to do is take the emoji search. By the way, if you didn't get all of it done, my code example is out there. And in this case, where we have just a hover, when you click on one, is to have a pop-up, in this case, a modal. We learned about modals, right? And then have it present some kind of data, like if you remember by looking at the JSON file, there was some keywords in there. So at minimum, I want you to have a modal that then displays something. My goal is actually going to be to add that to some kind of collection that for the user. Okay. So, but for next week, like add that to some kind of user interaction to either present more information or give them access, give them the ability to add it to some kind of collection or maybe a shopping cart idea, which again, the idea is that not that we're going to add a lot on here, just to make sure we understand the idea of how to implement these things. And then if you want, you could also add a toolbar or a side drawer to show maybe a collection if you add that. So just challenge yourself this week. Okay, that's my point, is that because we've moved week 10 lectures to where you can, right, we'll move everything forward 1 week, that you'll have a little time to focus on this. And so what we also did was we reviewed the requirements for Dev 1. And so you can see them here. This shouldn't be a real big surprise, but take your Dev 0 or something else. I think a couple of you might be, at least one of you I know is thinking of doing something different, right? Creating a component tree folder structure. Dynamically create output like the ingredients in a burger builder, right? And store the results in state. Add UI components, modals, layouts, sidebars, hamburger menus with responsive design. Minimum of 2 of those things. Save and retrieve data from the web with error checking using component lifecycle methods. And then what I'm going to do is these last 2, I'm going to actually drop these from the requirement, the routing and the form validation. Especially since we're allowing 1 more week this week without the lectures, which, by the way, if you're caught up, you're welcome to do those, but just know those will be in the week after. So I just want to give you kind of a um, summary of what we decided last night and let you know what's heading at you this week so that you could focus. Because the idea is that we really want to learn what was in Section 8, and then add to it through our development process. All right, hope that helps you understand. Hope to see you next week.